The news of Mac's miscarriage spreads. Eden is put off having kids, but can Cash accept this future? Joe struggles to get over Tane, and a crime spree is sweeping the bay.
Hold me in your arms, don't let me go. I want to stay forever, closer each day. Home and away.
You know, you might have been lucky this time, but I'd make sure all your stock's secure after what's happened.
Yeah, I'm all over it.
You never know what these grubs are going to plan next.
The robbery really got to you, eh?
Yeah, it did. I mean, this place, it's the heart and soul of the whole community. It's just...
Sad.
Yeah. I mean, there's enough bad stuff going on in the world as it is. We don't need to be adding to it.
You're not wrong there. You take care of yourself, Mr. Stewart.
You too, Marley.
We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast. Your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
Right, Soph. It's nearly time.
For what?
Our birthday.
Oh, pod anniversary.
Podiversary. Very exciting. Beginning of July, 1st of July officially. The pod launched. Listen, we've completed 5 whole years.
You have. I've not been here for 5, but I've been here for a lot.
Well, you're only a few months behind me. You know, we keep saying this, we keep having this argument. But the inception of Coastal News was 5 years ago next week.
Crazy.
And yeah,
we're still going.
We're still going, stronger than ever, bigger numbers than ever. We're having such a strong year.
Wow.
In that respect, but like we're still like loving what we're doing.
Yes.
Next week is going to be a big week because lots of our regular listeners will know we have a sister podcast, Coastal News Investigates, where we chat to cast, crew, and more. And we've got some new episodes out next week to celebrate this milestone. We're halfway through season 6 of the pod. 5 full years now. We've been entertaining you on a Saturday morning, been with you with your coffees and with you cleaning and on your chores on a Saturday. Yeah. We 5 whole. I mean, I'm trying to think what I was doing 5 years ago other than this, and I can't think of anything else. Like. The episodes we've churned
5
out.
years ago was like COVID still, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2021. Yeah,
just the end of the COVID era, but still, it was lingering.
Yeah,
wasn't
it was still very much. Yeah. I mean, we had a 21 lockdown, didn't we? Like in the winter.
At the beginning of the
beginning of 21.
Yeah, because I started a new job that year, and I was in lockdown during the first few weeks of the job. It was weird.
Yeah. Crazy times when you think about it. And this actually, the podcast that inspired me to start this one was a lockdown podcast, like many were. So yeah, thank you for listening, listener. Whether today is your first time or whether this is your 400th and 20th time, maybe. There are a few out there that have been through the changes with us, and through the ups and the downs and and 2023 that was home and away. We all survived that one. It's been a very fast 5 years, and hopefully we've entertained you. I know I've been entertained.
Definitely. Yeah.
And it's my highlight of the week. I know you share similar thoughts, don't you? Quite regularly. So next week, there's a couple of episodes out. There's a very special interview with somebody from Home and Away, somebody who works on the show, and that's all we're going to say at this point. And it's a real fun episode, isn't it? We had so much fun with this interview, and hopefully you enjoy it. I know we did. And this person was really great with their time and were like just a real fun, nice, warm person, and gave us a lot. So I really can't wait for that to be out and for you to hear that. And also, we annually do our little reflection ourselves. They're out next week as well, aren't they? Where we sort of take stock a bit on sort of the last year on the pod and home and away, and sort of it's just a chance for us to chat together and reflect, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to look back and remember, isn't it? Or not remember, in my case.
It's not as bad as you remember.
Oh, I think it was. I think it was terrible.
If you're not following Coastal News Investigates, click a link in the show notes of this and every episode. Make sure you're subscribed so you get notified when those episodes are out, because they will replace the normal episode next week. So that's what you're getting. You're getting this well-teased interview, I guess, next week. So keep your eyes and ears peeled, people. Keep them peeled. Sophie, how are you? Are you okay?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, doll. How are you doing?
Yeah. Are you feeling old? Feeling 5 years old?
I am now. I can't believe it's been that long. I'm just sitting here thinking, what have I done in the last 5 years?
I know.
I don't remember nothing really, but there we go.
Can you believe our friendship is nearly 5 years old?
I can't.
That seems mad to me.
That's crazy. Like, I do feel like I've known you my whole life, which is weird because it's like 5 years doesn't feel like anything, but I feel like I've known you much longer than that. But also, it's like, is that 5 years since because the way that we met, I started sort of tweeting you, didn't I? When you were like tweeting off the podcast account, and you were talking about home and away, and I was sat there listening to the episode, watching the episode on my own, talking to the brick wall next to me and going, oh, can you believe this, flaming hell? And I just started to tweet you. So I can't believe that was like 5 years ago that I didn't know who you were, but it's so strange.
And now we know absolutely anything and everything. It's weird.
Well,
it is strange.
Now you know too much about me, and I apologise for that.
Listen, ditto. I think we are the kind of friends, aren't we, where we're so alike. And when you think about it, how many of your other friends do you call on a weekly basis for hours?
None. You know? And you're the only person that I talk to every day as well.
Yeah.
Apart from family, like, I will WhatsApp you every thought in my head.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry.
There's something. It's right, isn't it? Like, we literally go through life together at the minute. Like, it's bizarre, but we've just hit it off, I think, didn't we? And I just think that was, we're the same person, and that's why it feels like longer than 5 years, I guess.
Definitely. Yes, that's been the best thing about the pod, is meeting you and having our friendship, and genuinely a good friendship. Like, you're one of my best friends.
Yeah,
and
same.
It's super weird because I never see you. Like, we live quite far apart, but I speak to you every day. I speak to you more than anybody I know, and I share so much with you. I'm so sorry. I apologise. But I do.
Same.
And I'm like,
you know what? On my gas chat,
something will happen, and I'm like, I bet Si's got an opinion on this, or I'll be like, oh, something happened at work, and I'm like, I've got to tell Si about this.
Yeah,
you're like the first person I think of when something happens. I'm like, I've got to tell you.
Yeah, same. You're like my right arm these days. Where have you been? That's all I'll say.
I don't know.
Where have you been?
What have I been doing with my life? No idea.
How was this week on home and away for you?
Oh, yeah, mixed bag this week. I don't know. It was.
Should we carry on talking about us for an hour?
Yeah, we should probably do that, really, I think. I don't know.
That's next week.
I mean, I kind of hoped that we'd seen the back of the Sunny Jim thing, and we hadn't, and that was all back and all over the place, and I don't really know what to make of all of that. And and then there was some random stuff like Justin having nothing to do, so he just decides to go for a random picnic with Leah and get drunk, and then later on he gets called out, so he's got to drive his car, and I was like, is he over the limit? Like, is he going to get pulled over? There was some really weird stuff happening this week.
I tell you, that random picnic was the opening title shots. It was literally. Was it literally just they filmed it for the opening titles?
I don't know. It's super weird. I was like, "What is this?" There's some I know
them dancing on the beach is definitely in the opening.
Oh, don't I cringe. I don't. Was it because this week was so heavy with some of the storyline that they had to like put in some random light things in, but it didn't really like fit into the week, but it was just like, oh, look at these two having some champagne at lunchtime and then going back to work at 2:00, and I was like, who does that? It's weird. I'd be fucking half cut by then. I won't be able to drive to pick someone up or, you know, ice a cake in the diner. I'd be absolutely off my face.
Certainly wouldn't be in the mood to. Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah. It was super weird. It was a bit I feel like we've gone a bit all over the place this week.
This should be a fun pod then, shouldn't it? Really.
Hopefully.
Should we talk about this week's Home and Away then?
Go on then.
Eden at the top of the week is flipping out about who's looking after Levi following last week's poor bad news, should I say, for poor Mac. And she's got to do something. Cash is like, whoa, give them some time, girl. You know, they've been tasked with letting parents know what's happened. Let's focus on that. Eden wants to run up to the hospital, bull in a china shop. Cash tries to sort of reel her back in. And I thought that was going to be a big thing between Eden and Cash at this point, because I was like, oh God, has he prevented her from being there when Levi needed her? You know, and he thought he was doing the right thing, and I thought that was going to be a big thing. Thankfully, it wasn't, because I was already rolling my eyes on Monday. You know, at that just the mere thought of that. Back at the hospital, Matt wakes. It's done, isn't it? The deed is done. Like, the surgical removal is complete, and she's finding all the advice very, very medical, she puts it. Nobody is saying the word baby, and we mentioned this last week, she's sort of her emotions haven't really, you know, caught up with it. This has been very fast, hasn't it? And she feels like everything is quite matter of fact around her, medical. No one's really taken into account how she's feeling about it. And she starts to do the Mac thing where she pushes everybody away from her. Even her precious Tane is shunned from the hospital. And I am really concerned for me, for you, Soph, and for everybody watching who's got to watch Mac do this. Because I don't think I can watch her, like, push everybody away from her again and go in on herself. I don't think I have the energy. And this was like, for me, was like signs that I've got to try and muster that energy, and I just don't think I can do it. Where are you at?
Oh, I mean,
Says it all.
I don't know. I feel really weird. I feel all over the place with this storyline, because I want to feel for them. Obviously, I'm a human being, and I feel empathy for them. But it's really hard to know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I'll be honest.
Okay, that's okay. That tells me all I need to know, really. I mean, a couple of days later, like, dust settles a little bit. Max starts to get angry. Like, she needs to know, doesn't she? She did everything right. She didn't drink coffee. She had no alcohol. She did all the classes she was supposed to do. You know, is this karma for how our relationship started? And I thought that was an interesting line. Because that's almost like acknowledging that this wasn't some great love story. You know, this was like formed out of something pretty dark to begin with.
I mean, you and I have talked about this, haven't we, on the podcast? Because how could we not? You know, the start of the relationship, the fact that he was married to someone else, and they got feels for each other, and he ended up having to break Imogen's heart. And there was a few scenes back in the day that we saw with when he reconciled with Eden, because obviously they'd been like not in contact for a long, long time, and then they'd reconciled, and then Eden was at his house with Imogen and getting to know his wife because she'd never met her and all that kind of thing, and they were having the chats about Imogen and Levi having a baby, and how Imogen was like saying to Eden at the time, "I'm trying to convince him that this is in his future, but he's a bit, not committal." And we were watching this and going, yeah, because he's in love with someone else, and this is not where he wants to be. And you and I have had conversations about the start of their relationship, Mac and Levi's relationship, and how it was, you know, them getting together had to be the demise of his marriage and the heartbreak of Imogen.
Yeah.
And it's not nice. It's not a nice place to start from. And also, it did cause a lot of heartbreak in his family again, because he just reconciled with his sisters. And then they found out that he was cheating on Imogen with Mac. And then there was a whole, ruckus again between the Fowler siblings. There was Fowler family therapy to get past that. It was a big deal. This was a huge deal. Him leaving Imogen for Mac was actually a massive deal on the show. So you can't overlook that really as a storyline, because it was a massive thing at the time. And you and I have discussed this, haven't we? Mac is a tragic character. Things happen to her, rightly or wrongly. She just seems to be that kind of person that just goes through these awful things.
Yeah.
We don't really know why, but then because you start to, wouldn't you start to question it. Is it because I'm a bad person? Is it because I did this? Is it because I did that? Like, you can't help but think those
Of
situations,
course
and
not. Yeah.
it doesn't make sense that that would be the reason. But you can't help but think, is this bad karma? You don't know. You do. You don't, like, is this because I took a man away from his first marriage? He clearly wasn't invested in. He clearly wasn't happy in his first marriage. So I don't think it's necessarily that. He made a decision to leave his wife. That's not solely on Mac's, fault or whatever. But you
Yeah.
can't help but think these things, can you? When you're trying to find
No.
logic in something that's got no
Yeah.
logic.
Yeah, I think, you're right. You've hit the nail on the head. I think the human mind, it's natural to try, like you say, try and make sense of something using logic, when there isn't any. And I think that is a really, really relatable way to do it. What have I done wrong? I think
Yeah.
that's a natural place for all of us would feel that way at some point about something. Have my actions caused this terrible thing to happen to me? Because sometimes you think, I can't. There's bigger forces at play in life.
Yeah.
There's things that you can control and things you can't. And do it. And is it an eye for an eye? Do I deserve to pay? For my actions? I think that's a natural thing for her, place for her to get to, and I completely agree with you on that. And I just think what I'm worried about is is having that little Max sprinkle on that, and it just being absolutely insane. Is this a foreshadow of her blowing her relationship up because she thinks that, um, that they're cursed because they got together this way, and if it was with another man, it wouldn't happen. That's where my
Yeah.
mind has gone.
Yeah, and you don't know,
Mm,
do you? Because these
mm,
questions are things that human beings can't answer. We don't know if
yeah,
there's a bigger plan, if there's a moral code that we're supposed to follow, if there's a consequence to every action we make, or
yeah,
we don't know.
yeah,
You just kind of bimble through life, and you kind of hope that you are a decent person, but at the end of the day, you kind of can't help how you feel about people. You can't help the decisions you make. you make the wrong choices, but you don't really expect to be punished for them on a universal level,
No.
and
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. And sometimes bad things happen to good people, and
Yeah.
good things happen to bad people, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And it's just one of
Yeah.
those.
Life's shit, and then you die.
Well, yeah, my mum
As
always
they
said that to
say.
me. Like when I was complaining as a child about the minuscule complaints I might have had as a child, my mum would be like, "Life's a bitch, and then you die." So, and that was my upbringing.
And you turned out all right, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't complain as much as I used to. I guess it worked, but it's just one of those things. Like life doesn't always go to plan, and everyone can do everything right. And like, because she's saying things like, I took all the right vitamins, I didn't drink coffee, I didn't drink alcohol, I went to the scans. Everything should have been fine. And it's like, yeah, you did everything right, but that doesn't mean that the life turns out how you expect it. Sometimes it just kicks you up the arse, and you don't know why. It just does.
Yeah, it's that unfair feeling,
Yeah.
unjust part of life that one way or another we all get to. One thing to watch on the back of all this is that as a result of this, everyone's swapping houses. So just keep your eye on who's gone where.
I've actually lost the plot on this.
I was like trying to write it down, thinking, right, he's gone there.
So
right.
Tane's gone home, and Abs has gone to Eden's house. Is that right?
Yeah, is that where Abs went?
Abs has moved in with Cash and Eden, hasn't she? And Tane's gone home, and he's across the road from Cash and Eden, so he's just there lingering like a fart. Most of the time.
And Marley's in a caravan, isn't he? I forget that.
Marley's he's already moved out before all of this. Yeah.
Right. Okay, we're up to speed. Yeah. Gosh.
It is difficult.
Yeah, it is. We're all sort of dispersing around the bay, trying to get away from Mac.
Well, yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Like, I don't want to be near her on a bad day, let's be honest.
No, same. Right, Bresniak is doing well with this stolen tools case he's on, eh? There's been there's a crime spree. Lock the doors, blimey. There's a crime spree in the bay. Everyone's getting stuff nicked, hasn't they? The car's being broken into, and Saar just quite nicely given this case to Bresniak, thinking, what can go wrong, and Cash has been wanting to take over it, and he's like, no, we're giving him a chance, and he, things that we said weeks ago that Cash should have been doing with Bresniak and letting him actually try stuff. He's got all the ideas, hasn't he? No bueno, he says.
Pardon me?
Did you not see that line where?
I did, but then Sarah's like, you what?
Oh, right, yeah. He's not in the mood for Italian or whatever, or Spanish. Now, we bizarrely go from sort of him looking up leads of like domestic burglary to like he's on eBay looking for a gun safe. What?
This is weird.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
This is weird, and it's like the third time he's mentioned guns.
This isn't on, is it?
It's weird.
This isn't on.
I know I've spoken to you off air about this because I was like, why? I don't remember us ever talking about guns so much with the police. Like, we know that the coppers in the YCPD can carry a gun and blah blah blah. It's different from here, isn't it? The rules are different. But I don't remember there being that much gun discussion and gun, a shooting range. Like, he showed the shooting range target thing, didn't he? And he talked about to Cash a couple of weeks ago, and I mentioned it on the podcast. Like, have you ever shot anybody? Is that why you're on restricted duties? Did you shoot someone? Have you ever used your gun? Like, he's asking really weird questions about guns. And then going to the shooting range and then saying to Cash, oh, let's go to the shooting range sometime. And Cash is like, I don't really hang out at the shooting range. It's not really where I go. It's not a thing. And then this week he's like, "Oh, I need to get a gun safe. I want a pistol." I was like, "What the fuck is this? What is going on?"
Right, look. I mean, this is blatant foreshadowing, right?
It's
Something's
really
up. Something.
weird.
I'm
not happy.
I mean, Sarge is even finding it a bit weird. Sarge is like, "You confuse me." when they're talking about this, he's like, "We're not just badges and guns. We're people." I'm thinking, God, that's straight off the training video, isn't it? That's straight off the e-learning.
This ain't Die Hard, doll.
Put some humanity in the role, sister.
You ain't John McClane. You're Richie Bresniak. Come on.
Bresniak.
Super weird. Bresniak.
It's like a tick, that now.
It's super weird. I don't get it. It feels really. It feels really trite. It feels really contrived.
Yeah, something's coming.
Gun. Yeah. Gun. I'm like, I get it. He likes guns.
Yeah, and he's gonna, you know, like when a policeman like discharges, and he's like, oh, you know, like it's not just like you can do what you want. There's like paperwork in there.
Protocol.
It's gonna be something. Yeah. You can't just go around shooting up the place. So yeah, I've got, and with all this crime spree going on, I wonder if he's going to get caught up in it. Yeah,
and he wants to do a stakeout. Like Sarge is like, what have he found out about these calls, about this crime spree? Is hilarious. But anyway, this crime spree. He's like, yeah. So somebody stole a tool out of a ute at like 6 p.m. at this area, and then someone else stole another thing at like 7 p.m. in this area. So they're all linked.
They're probably linked.
Yeah, it could be the same people or the same gang, or like, and they're after like things they can shift. So I'm looking on eBay and checking out like things that are being like sold online or whatever. And he's like, we should do a stakeout, and like Sarge is laughing. He's like, a stakeout of where? Like, we don't even know. Like, there's a few addresses here. Like, whatever. I'm just imagining him like in the bushes with a pistol, like waiting for someone to break into a van or break into a garage.
He doesn't lack enthusiasm, does he? Bless him.
He doesn't. But it's like, I feel like this is a massive red flag to the audience. Going, check this out, guns and stakeout and break-ins. Something's coming. Something's coming.
I don't know if I'm hungry or not, but I thought you said steakhouse then.
Steakhouse. No, stakeout. Although steakhouse sounds good.
Yeah, I don't even eat steak, but
no, neither do I. But let's pencil that in anyway. Yeah.
yeah. We'll have some chicken on the menu. Now, this crime spree is showing no signs of stopping. Right, because the next day there's been another break-in at the surf club this time, and the gym. Alf thinks it's more than just kids. Like everyone is a bit shooketh by this. It has rocked everybody, not least Alf. Like he's really concerned about the crime rates going up. We're laughing because it's like ridiculous, but also like, I don't know, like we've had similar things before where the town is scared.
They stole a leaf blower. Where does it end? Where does it end?
We're used to like more dangerous stuff than this, and no one bats an eyelid. But now everyone's rattled.
Back in my day, you used to be able to leave a leaf blower on your lawn overnight, and nowadays you have to lock it, chain it, put it in your garage. You know what I mean?
So Alf has gone in a fortnight. Alf was fishing with Darryl Braxton, right? Dangerous, notorious criminal, to being absolutely spooked by a Jimmy Lock. Do me a favour. Right.
When you put it like that.
Right?
Yeah. The difference is stark.
Now, the gym break-in isn't what it seems, does it? Lacey sort of spookily works her way in there, and it turns out that Sonny, we'll go on to your favourite current subject, Sonny in the gym, decided, and it just so happens to be the same day that the surf club was also done, by the actual Crims. Sonny got to the gym, found that it hadn't been opened on time, and thought, you know what? I'll force my way in. There'll be no repercussions from that.
This is ridiculous.
Lacey finds him there on the bench press or whatever, and like, she's like, "What are you doing? You're broken in." And he was like, "Well, you didn't open on time." Oh, right, that's okay then. Help yourself. Smash a window.
Not only does
What?
Lacey find it, but Sarge catches him in the act.
What
Because
is going on?
Sarge is there investigating the break into the garage. And then Lacey comes running out and she's like, "Oh my god, there's someone in the gym." And I was like, "Oh, flipping heck. We know who this is going to be." I knew who it was going to be. Because I could hear the clink of the metal on the metal, you know, when he's putting the weight. I was like, this is not someone robbing the protein powder. This is someone pulling the bloody whatever. Oh, God. And then obviously Sarge goes in, with unnamed cop. I don't know who that other guy was that he was in there with. And yeah, why are you here? And like, it looks super dodgy because next door the garage lock has been broken, and you've broken the locks of the gym. Have you I have a question for you. Have you ever been so desperate to get on the treadmill that you have broken a lock because the gym is half an hour late opening up?
No, the only thing I've broken on a treadmill is my hip.
Fair enough. I can see that.
If any public establishment like a gym, a shop, anything, bowling alley, if I get to the door and it's not open and it's like 20 minutes past opening time, I would probably wait to see if someone comes to open it.
I would probably sit there and just have a juice from the juice bar and fume about it.
Yeah, there's a beautiful seating area there.
I might have sent an angry tweet.
Yeah. The first thing on my mind wouldn't be to jimmy the door open.
No, and if he didn't know, right? Because this is the thing, right? Because we know that Tane owns the gym and Tane knows Sonny and blah blah blah. Would Sonny have jimmied the gym open? Too many gyms.
Jimmy the gym.
Would he have jimmied the gym lock if it had been owned by some random geezer? Or did he do it because he knew it was Tane and it didn't really matter?
Well, this is... Oh, and then... But that's okay, is it? Like, Tane's had to have his locks changed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think about Sonny's frame of mind here. And what makes him think, like, that is okay. Because Sonny, to me, like, he's a decent fella. Like,
normally.
I feel like morally he's grounded. But this casts doubt on that. This seems way out of character for me.
It does.
Like even with his growing obsession on his rehabilitation and this whole thing that's happening, like I feel like he's a character that knows right from wrong. Like he's not a character where you can justify their actions because they're just bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's just the way they're wired. He's not that kind of guy. So, like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to accept that he has turned up. He's half crippled, and then just thought, "I'll break in."
It's weird. I don't get it. I'm
glad you don't, because I'm like crawling the walls now, because this has really taken me out of this story. I'm going on quite a journey on this and nothing's really happened. Like they've opened the gym to suit like us, and that's so we can see Sonny doing this stuff, right? Because before the gym was closed and Sonny was sort of having to go off screen to his rehab, wasn't he? So in order for us to see Sonny doing all this, right, we'll get the set back up, right, for the gym. So we have to reopen the gym. That's fine. It's a soap, it's TV, I understand it, right? So I'm happy to go along with it. But it just this it's so out of character for Sonny that I am unable to wrap my head around this.
Me
too.
too.
And like nobody around him has even sort of acted on it. They've noticed, but there's no action.
No,
Like they just take it on face value repeatedly.
it's super weird. I just can't get my head around it. It feels like a total change of character for Sonny.
Yeah, doesn't it?
It's
Doesn't
like
it just?
crime is okay as long as it's, your mate's business you're busting into. No,
Right.
it's not.
And then he doesn't even apologise to Tane. Like
No.
later on, it's like Tane only finds out because Marley's give him the key after the locks had to be changed.
Yeah, that's true.
Down at the station, like Sonny is like attitude rather than being cooperative.
Mm.
I felt like Sonny's behaviour to Sarge at the police station was diabolical. Actually,
It was
when
weird.
he was
Yeah. I don't get it because like the surf club garage is a genuine break-in. Like someone's stolen the generator, which John later says is the new generator, and it's probably cost like quite a lot
I
of
can
money.
get a record player and a generator music that make you feel better.
It doesn't feel bad at all. It feels quite bad about this. And there's like a leaf blower and like I don't know. I was too busy laughing at this point about what had been stolen. But there's a whole bunch of things been stolen from the Surf Club garage. Genuine crime that's happened there. And then while he's investigating, Sonny gets busted for breaking into the gym. Like Sarge catches him red-handed, and he's like, "Yeah, I broke in because I needed to work out." And I'm like, "What? Why are you acting like that's normal? It's not normal. It's not a normal thing to say. Yeah, I broke in because I needed to work out. That's not normal. That's not a normal. I don't know how you. I don't know how he didn't laugh at that. Like this, the surf club was half an hour late from opening, so I just broke in. No.
And that's I honestly I don't understand how a character like Sonny thinks that's acceptable, and I
How
refuse
is that
to.
normal?
Yeah, I refuse to believe anything else really.
It's super
about
weird.
that.
And then Sarge is like, "Look, we found fingerprints at the surf club break-in. So can we have your fingerprints just to prove that you're not involved? Because that would prove that you're not involved." And he's like,
Yeah.
"No, you can't
No.
have my fingerprints." So at this point, I'm like, "Right, so what else is he hiding then?" Because and then there's two thoughts, isn't there? There's like, don't give them your fingerprints because you're pandering to the system and blah blah blah, and it's not very. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your rights are unless you are being questioned under oath, and unless you are forced to give your fingerprints, you shouldn't have to give them. And
Yeah, which seemed to be where he was.
yeah. And I kind of get that, but also I'm like, if you refuse to give your fingerprints, what are you hiding? What is the deal, man? What else have you done? What are the fingerprints going to come back and find? Like that made me feel sus about him as a character. And then David's like, what if I look up your record, what will I find? And he's like, oh, some unregrettable things that are like a stag do, but like nothing else. I was like, what the hell? Like, do we even know this guy? I feel like Sonny's personality this week is not what I'm expecting him.
Yeah.
The fact that he's lying to Remy and he's lying to Dana, I'm with him, I'm with her, I'm busy. And then he got caught out in that lie, and he got kind of found out and whatever, and it didn't really go anywhere. But now, like, he's broke into a premises and he thinks it's okay. Like he's not even shameful, because the minute the minute Sarge lets him go, because at the end of the day, Remy comes down to the police station, doesn't he? And Remy says to Sarge, you know him, you know he's not a bad guy. I can vouch for him. He's been going too hard with his rehab. He's been hitting the gym too hard. I can talk him round. Just do me a favour, let him out, and I will sort him, and you won't have to worry about him. He's not a master criminal, he's just an idiot. And Sarge kind of sees that point of view, and he goes, right, okay, I'll let him go. And he says to Remy, right, you sort him out. I'm letting him out on a favour to you, because you've said that he's not a criminal, he's just a bit of an idiot who wants to go too hard at the gym. And I get that, and I don't think he's broken into the circle, but I don't think these crimes are related. I think he's just been a bit of a dill, whatever. And Remy's like, okay, I'll deal with it. But then Sonny's like lying to Remy and saying, yeah, like, I'll be fine. And then going back to the gym a minute later, and I'm like, what is this? I don't understand this. I don't understand I don't understand Sonny's
It's like he's under a spell. He's a
Yeah.
completely different person. It's weird. It is weird.
Why does he think it's okay to behave
Yeah.
like this
Yeah.
and lie and break in and then just go, oh, I'm just rehabbing? Not cool.
Yeah. No. He used the word fixated, didn't he? And I think that's an understatement to
Yeah.
how it's manifesting. I really do. I really do. And I think he's underselling it to everybody. And I don't know. It's way out of character. You know, it's like one of us who are dead nice and chill suddenly being like that. And I just think it sticks out like a sore thumb. And the fact that nobody close to him is even batting an eyelid is making it even worse for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a difficult watch, I must say. Reaching for the remote almost. Now, Justin's finding things a bit difficult. His mobile mechanic business is not really okay, is it, at this point?
No.
Like, what happened to all this taxi contract? Surely that... I don't understand.
He lost that, didn't he? He lost that.
Where all his customers have gone.
He got an email saying that they weren't going to renew the contract. So...
But what's stopping him, like, trying to get that back? Because he's, like, up and running now. Like, I just think it's a bit daft.
I think they need a premises for that. I think that's gone.
Maybe. Well, he finally admits to Leah that about, after their champagne and strawberries on the beach for the opening titles, that things aren't too great. And she's like, look, let's make some reviews on your website. Let's get things going. Let's do a couple of fake reviews for your Trustpilot or whatever. And this actually gets him a job. Well, hey, instantly. And he goes off to this job on the remote road. And you're thinking, uh-oh. Nobody's there, are they? But my favourite, Sophie, my absolute favourite, first-person camera in the bushes.
It was good. Peril. There's peril.
Peril in the bushes. Yeah. And we don't see who it is. We don't know. It's all first person. Love it. Dramatic music. Yes, give it me. It's classic Home and Away for me. Absolutely love it. He's there trying to get signal. Proper cliche, isn't he?
I love it. Yep.
And he's nowhere, he's struggling with mobile signal. He turns around, whoever this is, this masked criminal, this blooming crime spree.
Grub.
Oh, jumps in his van and drives off. And you can't help but laugh.
Flaming grub.
I know, and not only that, like, it cuts to, like, Justin running down this, like, running down this remote road because he's got no car, and a dangerous driver, Alf, is the one that picks him up.
Thank God, Alf has got his keys back.
I know, driving round, bumping into people.
Familiar red ute is on the road.
Yeah, it was orange in the end. Yeah. But Alf's had enough of this crime spree, hasn't he? How many times am I going to say crime spree? And just the way the world in general, like, we end up with some sort of philosophical teaching from Alf at this point about he's had a gutful of the world nowadays and how dangerous and how
20 years ago you used to be able to leave your front door open.
Now you've got to nail everything down. Leaf blower, drill it to the wall. He calls a meeting and everything. This is out of hand. Who is this? Who is this person nicking everything? What's going on here?
Desperate.
I do love it. Kept me interested.
Do you know what? Thank God the financial crisis has finally hit the bay. And someone out there is struggling to buy groceries. You know what I mean? Because, hello, we all are.
We're all getting stuff nicked left, right, and centre out in the wild, aren't we?
We're all struggling to make ends meet at the end of the day. And then this poor bloke, whoever he is like struggling to like put a roof over his head, and he's just like, I'll just nick a few tools.
Yeah. There's got to be a reason why it's tools and van. You know, like
It's a quick sell, doll. Quick sell, cash in hand.
down the pub, down the Weatherspoon.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you used to like nick hubcaps and
Mm.
you know, when back in the day, oh god, this is gonna make me sound really old. When you used to like have a radio in your car that would like you'd be able to take it out,
Yeah.
and you take out your radio before the night out, before you go to the pub or whatever, because otherwise,
Yeah, they
someone
used to nick them.
used to nick your radio and sell it in the pub.
Yeah, they did.
Car radio.
You're right. Car radios. Yeah,
You'd
you're right. That
you'd
was
be
a big...
sat there on a Friday night having a pint of Strongbow in the pub, and some fella be there with a satchel going, "Do you want a car radio? 20 quid."
You're so right. God, those were the days, weren't they? You don't see that now.
Mercedes hubcap, doll, 20 quid.
They're crazy.
We're going back in time.
we have.
It is.
We're back in the bay.
Now it's all Vinted and Facebook Marketplace, you know.
Yeah, scammers. Yeah. Now, Alf's had all these break-ins have bothered him, haven't they? Really have, and this has even filtered through to Dana, who's worried about safety, and she's put 2 and 2 together. She's got to about 7.3, and she wants a personal like rape alarm or something. like there's no reason to believe that this crime spree has led to any danger to anyone, but she's like suggested this idea. She doesn't feel very. She poses this sort of thing to Alf, doesn't she, as the club, as representative of the club as a whole, that that there could potentially be a safety issue on the back of this increased level of crime, and he goes off on one. Like, he goes nuts. Like, the cost, like, tells her that her generation feels like that they've got a right to everything. He is an absolute, and honestly, he is just, he's a leech. He's just sucked any joy out of me this week. I'm just thinking, give it a rest, guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, he has just sent me into some sort of mental spiral this week, Alf. Like, he really has just drained me watching the show. And I've really, really, really struggled with this. I think on the back of, like, feeling sorry for himself last week, and, like, everyone, I'm invisible. Then it's like, the world's gone mad. Like, I can't even own anything. Like, there's all this crime, and you lot and you youngsters. I'm just thinking, I'm fed up of a lecture off you now. Like, I don't need another one.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
As Alf's adopted granddaughter, are you happy with the way he is at the minute?
I'm surprised that he's only seeing it now. Like, I'm surprised that he's only realizing now that you can't leave your door unlocked and you can't.
This is the crime capital of Australia.
Yeah. Like, is it only just catching up to Summer Bay right now? Like, all of us in the real world have known this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Things aren't the way they were in 1996, and you have to have your wits about you. You have to kind of, be security minded, but not to the point of paranoia, just to the point of common sense. You don't leave your van.
Yeah.
Don't leave your house unlocked. You don't leave your van unlocked. You keep an eye on your valuables, and when you're in a place, you check your pockets, and you don't, but maybe the Bay has been in this like weird, I don't know, force field ecosystem where they've not really been subjected to the outside world and the crime, the day-to-day crime that can happen, and that the cost of living crisis hasn't hit the Bay till recently. Maybe, I don't know. And now people are getting more desperate and more willing to commit crime, and he's noticing it more. I don't know. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It feels like it's late in the day for this speech. I don't know. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Like, the horse bolted, and this is like, Yeah, you're a bit late to the party. I
Mm,
get, yeah, and I just think like Alf's like finding any excuse just to be miserable about something again. You
yeah,
know, he's
but
not
mate,
been personally affected. Like Rue even says, like we've got
no,
insurance. Like
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's annoying. Like if you get robbed, it's annoying. If someone attacks your business or your property or your home or whatever and steals something from you, it's irritating and
Mm,
it's an invasion and it's vulnerability. And off the
yeah,
back of how he feels about his age and all the stuff with Rue, I can understand why he's taken out of proportion. But I do feel like the world isn't a shock. The world that he's talking about and back in the day we used to have to do this. I don't feel like it's just happened
yeah.
overnight.
It's a way back. Yeah,
Yeah, things
yeah.
have been going down the pan for a while. And if
Yeah.
if he's only just noticed, then fucking fair play.
Yeah, you've had it good, lad.
You've
Yeah.
done well,
Yeah.
to last this long.
When you put it like that, Sophie, you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's been going on a long time than this,
Especially around these parts, let me tell
Oh,
you.
tell you now,
Mm,
since
mm.
I don't know, the last 15 years it's been going down the swan. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah, you can't do things. I mean, how often have we talked? We talked about our childhoods and the things we used to be able to do and not have to worry, and you wouldn't do it nowadays, would you? From a safety
no,
perspective, anyway.
no.
So yeah, let's see what comes of this crime spree, and will Justin ever get his van back? We'll see. We'll see.
Mm.
Now, I don't know. I'm going to have to talk about it. It's quite a big storyline this week, but I sort
Oh,
of know what's coming.
okay, go on.
And it starts with on and ends in slaught, right?
Okay.
Cash and Eden are out on a morning walk this week.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Mm.
and so is Archie, actually. He's up and walking
Mm.
down. Mm.
Mm.
It's about, I mean, they couldn't ignore that for too much longer because then babies are getting big.
The
So
two
we
of
had to
them,
get Archie walking.
the
Yeah,
two babies that don't look
yeah,
anything like each other.
yeah. One's ginger. Um,
I love it. It's hilarious.
and Cash is absolutely fabulous with him, isn't he? He's
Mm.
everything that I'm not. He's all talking baby voice. He's fun. He's engaging to Archie. He's interested, and Eden's looking on like, oh bloody hell, like me when they bring a baby into work after they've had a baby. We were talking about this, weren't we, privately?
Yep.
Harper clocks it, gets her to one side, doesn't she? And she's like, what's going on? And how, do you want kids? And Eden's like, I'm not sure, don't know about this. And Harper's like, well, didn't you talk about this before you got married? And I'm like banging my head against the wall at this point. I was like, I'm just going to trip on the fireplace at this point and just hope it knocks me out. Right? Please. Like, just knock myself out. And if only couples on this show talked about who wants kids beforehand. Now, in their defense, these guys did, right? And we talked about this off air earlier. And Harper says, look, you've got to talk to Cash about it. She does. And she does it, she Edens it. Like, she's like, straight in there, I don't want kids, period. Like, everything that she does later explain that, like, Levi and Mac, there's this backdrop of them and what they're going through, and I couldn't do that, and that is that to me is like reasoning with having a wobble. Like, oh, I don't know if it's for me. Like, if I had to go through that, like, that's making me feel a certain way. That's called a wobble. She presents it to Cash like, no, this is not for me. And of course, he's always imagined imagine the family, the kids, and that was sort of laid out to her early on. And I'm just starting to I'm dredging up this painful history with Flick and Tane at this point in my mind. He's like, I don't know about Cash's response. Like, I wonder what you thought. He's just like, I need to go to work, and he just says, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that is going to really eat her up into next week, or like that will put it to bed and then he'll stew. I don't know if he's that kind of bloke. I think he's like, right, okay. And I think she's then going to spiral. She's the thinker of this relationship, isn't she? She's the one with the mind that's like going overtime.
Yeah.
Like, not him.
No.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's difficult. I think a lot of this is a knee-jerk reaction to what's happening with Mac and Levi.
Yeah.
They had a conversation when they were going to get married, and I remember this quite clearly. They had a chat about kids. He said he wanted kids. She said she wanted kids, and that was like the end of the conversation. There wasn't
Yeah.
any like formalized plan. It wasn't like within the next 2 years, 5 years, whatever. It was just like, I see them in my future, and they both
Yeah.
agreed, and that was it. But everyone has their right to change their mind, of course. And I think it's really good that she, as soon as she realized that she was feeling this way, that she raised this. I think this is a really good thing to raise. And although it may have knocked his world out of kilter and made him feel like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on now. I think she needed to raise these concerns sooner rather than later, because we've seen with Tane and Flick that they agreed on paper to have children, and then Flick later decided she didn't want that, but she didn't want to tell Tane that because like he was so family, and she realized that wouldn't go down well. Then she like pretended that she was okay with it, and then it broke his heart because he realized that she was taking contraceptive pills behind his back and all that sort of stuff. So we've seen this from another couple. So I think from Eden and Cash's point of view, I think it's really brave of her to immediately say to him, I'm having a second thought about my decision. I know I told you I wanted kids, but like I've had a second thought and I'm going to tell you that immediately. I thought that was really brave to not sort of bury it and pretend or whatever. But I do think it's a knee-jerk reaction because she's never been, no, I don't want it. I never want that. I can't see myself having kids. She's never gone down that route. She's been like, yeah, I see that sometime in my future. So I don't feel like this is off the table. I just feel like right now, Eden is really, of course, affected by what she's seen, affected by Mac, affected by Levi, worrying and empathizing with them. If they don't have children and they really want children, and I end up pregnant, even though it's something I kind of want but don't desperately want, that's going to hurt them. And I kind of feel for how she's thinking.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that she's brought it up with Cash, and I'm glad that she's worried. It's horrible. Imagine the idea of really, really, really wanting something, and then going through that 2-3 times, and it ending in heartbreak, ending in miscarriage. It's not what anyone wants to go through. It's awful. And she's thinking, "Oh, I don't know whether I'm strong enough to go through that. I don't know whether I can cope with it." And she's verbalizing those thoughts probably a little bit too early, because they're not talking about getting pregnant right now. They're not talking about starting a family right now. But I think it's really brave of her to acknowledge, this has scared me. I've seen this and it scared me.
Yeah. When you put it like that, I think that makes me. You've convinced me here a bit, Sophie, in that to sort of feel a bit with her, and I concur that I think a lot of this is coming out with the backdrop of what her brother's going through.
Yeah.
And I think Eden is a character that does sympathise a lot with people. She is an empath,
Yeah.
right? And I think she really does take on other people's stuff a lot. And I think that's to her credit a lot of the time. And I think in this scenario, I think she's put herself there quite in the midst of sort of Levi's heartbreak. And I think she's just thought, I can't do it.
Mm.
I just can't do this. And I think it's run scared. Something that I think, if I'm being honest, I don't think personally she was genuinely completely sold on the idea. I mean, it took her a while to imagine herself as a bride, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So she's finding her life going in one way, where she always imagined it might have gone another. So I think for her, I think she does sort of struggle because she wears a heart on her sleeve. She does live in the here and now a lot. And I
Mm.
think right here and right now, it's doom and gloom. And I
Yeah.
think she is thinking, no,
Mm.
like right here, right now, no.
Yeah.
Um, what I do feel for Cash though, because Cash sort of entered this with a loose plan. Yeah, like you
Mm.
say, they didn't really have anything sort of etched out, but there was always that like, yeah, this is going to that place in the future, and that's what I hope for, you know. And he hasn't got the same emotional. I'm not going to say he's not got emotional intelligence, but like he's not got the same sort of ties to closeness to Levi and Mac's position that Eden has, and perhaps he's not feeling um, as strongly towards that
Mm.
as perhaps she is, and therefore I think that's going to be a problem here because
Mm.
he's going to be like, why the U-turn, and she's going to be like, well, what a silly question. Of course, a U-turn, you
Yeah.
know. And
Yeah.
I think that's where they look like they're in polar opposites. What I'm worried about is, like, this is the first couple in a long time who have actually managed to achieve domestic bliss, and now we're going to potentially blow it up. That's what
Mm.
I'm worried about.
Yeah. That's annoying, isn't it? Because these are the rock solid couple. Apart from Justin and Leah,
Mm.
this is the couple that look like they've got the long term,
Yeah.
couple goals. And even when she drops this on him and says, I don't know, I don't want kids. And he looks shell shocked and he goes to work and he has that chat with David and he's like, awkwardly, because David's wife is dead. So I'm like, I'm dying when he asks him this question. But he's like, would you have been happy if you and your wife hadn't had children? And David's like, right, okay, I know where we're going with this. You need to spend time with your wife. You need to talk to her. You need to work out how you feel. And then controversially, like she's having a conversation with Tane of all people,
Mm.
and saying, how would you have felt? Like, how did you cope with Flick when Flick said she didn't want kids? And I was like, this was a really awkward conversation because Tane was like, oh, well, that was a different situation because Flick told me she wanted children, but actually she carried on taking the pill. She lied to me behind my back, blah, blah, blah. He made himself out to be the victim here. And I was really uncomfortable with this conversation because what he left out of this chat was Flick only told him that because Flick had tried to be honest. Flick had done the thing that Eden's done right now with Cash, and Flick had said to Tane, I don't think I want children, I can't see them in my future. And Tane had thrown his toys at the pram and he'd said to her, well, I don't see a marriage then. And Flick had got so worked up about the fact that she might lose her husband that she then agreed coercively to have a baby with him, but didn't really want one and was taking the pill, behind his
Mm.
back and that kind of thing.
Mm.
So he left out that whole conversation.
Yeah, which I was shocked about.
It made me uncomfortable, I'll be honest, because I was
Mm.
like, he's edited this conversation with Mac and with Eden, sorry, and I don't know whether
Mm.
Eden's aware of this conversation and whether she's aware of what Flick did and The fact that Flick had done the same thing as Eden and said to her partner, I don't know whether kids is a thing. I don't know whether kids is on my radar. I don't know whether that's what I want.
Yeah.
And Flick had got a very unsupportive tantrum back, which then made her, act in a certain way and pretend that she wanted kids because she wanted a marriage to work. Whereas what Eden's actually found is that she's been very open with Cash and said, I don't know whether I can cope with, what Mac and Levi have gone through. I don't know if I can cope with having a miscarriage and like having that kind of, I don't know, like that hope of having a child and then have it robbed away from you, and whether I want that for my future. And Cash has had a conversation with David, and David's just gone, all you can do is be supportive. Be there for your wife. You're in a marriage. It takes two people in a marriage to make this work. And Cash has come back to Eden and said, I'm disappointed. And he's been very honest. I'm disappointed. I want children, but I chose you. You chose me. We're a couple. We're married, and we will work through this together. And I don't think that's what Flick had with Tane. I don't think the parallels are there.
Yeah. I agree. I take that, and I think your analysis is spot on, Soph. It's not the same, is it?
No, I don't feel like it is.
Although I do agree that he did edit himself in them conversations. I think that would have been, and I don't know whether my first sort of feelings towards it was I was a bit surprised he didn't touch on it. I feel like whether I wanted, having had a lot of thoughts about that myself and gone, you feel like you've gone through this with half of these characters, don't you? And I'm feeling like, do I need to hear him reflect on it a bit?
Yeah.
And would that have done me some good? And I think it probably would have done, actually.
I feel like he was blameless. Like his version of events was like, Flick lied to me.
Yeah.
And I did nothing wrong. And I was like, that's not how I remember it.
Yeah. And I feel like I needed him to address a bit of that through this sort of this Eden gaze, if you like, this week. And I feel like that conversation where he's sitting down with Eden, and I think also just from a sort of realism perspective, you would draw on experience when you're giving advice.
Of course.
And that lacked for me, and I think I would have got a lot more from that conversation as an audience member, because I feel like it would have helped me in a bit of closure on some stuff. As well. Although, am I being selfish? I don't know. Sometimes I second guess everything. But
I think I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah.
It was bizarre, actually, and actually, she didn't take anything from it in the end. She didn't sort of see any perspective. She just ended
helpful. It wasn't a helpful conversation. Yeah.
No, what came of it, really? I mean, Cash comes home from work and she just goes, nothing else to say, and he goes, nope. And she goes, okay.
Yeah.
So this is going to rumble on, and I'm a bit, and it's just another storyline I've got to try and find some energy for. It's a bit like that at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't know whether we'll, over the next few weeks on the podcast, let's see if we end up drawing quite a lot of comparisons to Flick and Tane. It'd be interesting to see how it's handled and how differently this unfolds, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
Please take the time to like, subscribe, and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts, and ensure you never miss an episode.